Man, I wish I could just hit a button and everything just kind of does everything at the same time. Sorry about being late. Partially because of me, partially because of StreamYard. Had to totally reorganize everything that was going on, which was weird because last night when Jennifer and I did our show, it was set. I was like, whoa, this is weird. StreamYard's actually set, but not this morning. Good morning to you or afternoon, wherever you are. How are you ladies doing
Mm-hmm.
today?
Good and you.
Good.
I feel like I'm going 150 mile an hour right now, and I'm supposed to be going like a smooth 25. You know? That's what I feel like. But just being honest. All right, let's turn the comments on. Thank you guys for joining. And we got a lot to talk about. Overnight, you both were doing a little digging, and I was trying my best to stay updated throughout the night and through the day. I got, these are my notes from today. I got 4 full pages of notes. You know my notes. You know my notes. You don't want to know my office because I got stacks and stacks. Whoa, I need to save those notes for when we do that show. Yeah. Yeah.
It
But
works.
I always do try to condense my notes after the show. So just so you know. From about 4 to about 1.5 is what it'll be. All right. But I wanted to discuss some things. I don't know. I feel like we know that the examination isn't going to take place until tomorrow or around 10:30 Eastern time. Um, now, uh, Ashley Banfield, we all know Ashley Banfield ever since the Idaho 4 case. Clickbait. But anyway, she had an update today about how there's no what was the title? What was on the thumbnail? There was
Nothing obvious.
right, nothing obvious. And so that sparked a whole conversation out in the true crimosphere about it must have been suicide. Did I make? Yes, we made the 8 minute mark. Must have been suicide. And so I sat back when I first heard it and I listened to the video. I wanted to hear the words from the source. And as I was listening to it, she was saying that she just was able to look at it with photos because she's not currently in town. That's why they have to wait until tomorrow between 10 and 10:30. And so I want people to understand because it's very important to understand we cannot go down this suicide path right now because there's been no examination, no autopsy. Um, and at the same time, we don't need to discuss something that might not even be the cause. Well, we mention it, of course, because it is a possibility. But I want everybody to understand we have to think about how long Elena's body was out there. It was out there for pretty much a week. And it's the beginning to middle of June. It's hot. You're the elements. If anybody knows South Carolina summers like I do, you're gonna want some kind of bug spray because these little what are they called? I forgot what they're called. If anybody can let me know in chat, they
No
drove me nuts.
seams.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
No seams because you don't see them, but damn, you feel them. And
Oh yeah.
when we went out to where Micah passed, and maybe I'll show some of those videos. Let me write that down. You can hear me talk about the no-see-ums when we're out there. So I will I will look for that video. I believe it is in my September folder for the case. And so, yeah, maybe at the end of the show, I'll play some clips of some raw footage of me talking about the no-see-ums because, man, they were out that day. When you're in the woods, and this is what I'm saying, when you're in the woods, you're by water, but especially in the woods, man, them things they love you because normally there's not flesh around. And so when they get a taste of flesh, it's like, hey guys, come on over here. This one tastes good, and then they just flock. So we got to think about that too, like the bugs, right? Her body laying there, the bugs, the heat, the moisture that's just coming in because of the change of the seasons, um, the humidity, all these different factors. And so when somebody is literally looking at a picture that was probably taken with somebody's phone sent to her, she's looking at this photo on her phone, and it's of somebody that has to be very advanced decomp state. And so, how can somebody, like, even if it was a stab wound, that could be very difficult to see from a photo of a body that's in an advanced decomp state. And then, if you're making your opinion to a reporter that is going to regurgitate that information on the news, I can see why somebody would say because they can't. Oh yeah, it looks like a knife wound. You're not even there, so it's kind of disrespectful in a way. You know what I'm saying? But they had to say something, and so that's why I think they said that there's no. What was it again, Rosie? I don't want to misquote AB.
Nothing obvious.
Nothing obvious. I think that's a very safe answer, considering what's going on.
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you guys think? Do you think that? Because I'm not a coroner, I don't. I've never worked in an examination office. I've never done an autopsy. I'm just going off of the different things that I've studied or investigated. But what do you guys think about what Banfield said? Did you guys hear it? I think you did, right?
Hmm.
What did you guys think of what Banfield had to say, and also what the examiner had to say?
Okay, I'll go first. Well, it's a little
I
bit.
forgot StreamYard. They want to switch it, so I didn't know what to do. I'm sorry. Egg on my face. I didn't know what to do. Good producing, CJ. Sorry. Bad host. Bad host.
What is going on? Okay.
150 mile an hour, and I'm supposed
I don't
to
know.
be a smooth 25, Rosie. That's what's going on.
I forgot the question. Okay, no,
Sorry,
I remember the
barely had
question.
any.
Okay, so I think that it is pretty difficult to tell pretty much like anything at this point. So I know that it's a little bit of a conservative thing to say, but when it comes to the whole case, I think I just need to hear a lot more. I obviously have a lot of concerns about some of the things that the friends are saying, but in general, it's very much Banfield style. It feels premature to me. Very.
So you think it might be more of like a clickbait kind of thing? I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, what do you think they're gonna say? I mean, it's one thing to reach out, and then when they say, "Sorry, I'm not in town right now. I won't be able to examine the body until 10:30 Saturday morning. I can talk to you then." Well, is there anything that you can tell? Like, I can see how AB might have been searching for that clickbait. Right, I get what
Yeah,
you're saying. I
Mhm.
get what you're saying.
and it does also depend on what that person deems as obvious. I mean, okay, so there's not like a huge like wound or something where you're like, okay, it's definitely that. But that doesn't mean that there isn't something external. There could still be maybe a puncture mark from
Yeah,
an injection or something like that.
right, right.
generally nothing obvious means that they're going to start looking for something more internal. But as you say, I mean, if you haven't actually done a full exam in person, then what is obvious to you? Like, what
With
does that mean?
advanced decomp too, like
Yeah.
Mary knows she lives in South Carolina. So hot we feel like we're in hell.
Oh no. Dear.
Right, Mary? I don't
Well,
know.
yeah,
Come to
that's-
Indiana sometime and feel that humidity from the damn corn. It sucks. It sucks.
Blame me, McCorn.
It sucks.
Blame
Just
McCorn.
saying.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, we're entering
Corn
suck
is everywhere.
season. Yeah, we're
Okay, I
entering
just want to
suck
point
season.
out that I know you guys are very upset, but tonight is the coldest night in Joburg so far, and the people of the Republic of South Africa did nothing to deserve all this cold.
Whoa.
There
Whoa.
you go.
Whoa. Get it off your
And we have-
chest, Rosee.
Yeah, and we have no corn, as far as I know.
Just
You
out
don't
of
know.
curiosity, what is cold there?
Tonight, we have Celsius, and you guys have Fahrenheit, so
Oh.
we're just going to be speaking a different language. Tonight it's going to 0. Let me see what that is in Fahrenheit. I'll tell you. Where's Busby? He's always the one who tells me these things.
Prayers to Busby, still in the hospital. Let's see, Rosee. There's the link for Rosee, and then here's the link for Jennifer. And I'll display it on the screen as well. Mary, we're actually going to be going into that because I got something to say about this.
It's 30,
It-
just so anyone
it-
knows.
It came out over the show. 30 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the coldest.
Wow.
We're upset.
Some of us wear shorts in the winter when it's that cold.
Well, I mean, that's not cold to me. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Do you ever get like -10, -15 Fahrenheit?
No, not exactly.
All right. So, yes, we're going to be talking about that. There was a video that was put out. It came out last night of the PI, Henry Dukes. Put out from him last night saying the husband is absolutely not suspicious. And I don't know if anybody missed what I had to say last night. I probably should make a clip about it, honestly. We should. It was a long show, and but there's a few things that I really, that, like I said, this guy's, I don't know. I think we're going to be talking about it some more in a little bit, and also we're going to be playing what Ashley Banfield had to say about the. Can you say it again, Rosee? I need to write this down. What?
Nothing obvious.
Nothing. Oh my lord! Nothing obvious.
Nothing obvious.
All right, nothing obvious. Page 5. All right, so I do want to bring up. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, Jennifer. What did you think about what Ashley Banfield said and what she said the examiner said when it came to? And I don't have to ask you now, Rosee. Nothing obvious. What did you think about that when you heard what she had to say?
I didn't hold much to that yet. I'm gonna wait and see what the autopsy report says. I don't think there's gonna be anything obvious from what she was able to see. So, I don't want to speculate yet.
Right.
But I think there will be some findings that are going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, somebody brought up a really interesting point on Twitter and shared it to Jennifer Coffin Daffer. And Lisa says, if you read the comments under News Nation video, people are not buying it. I mean, we pretty much broke it down. It's clickbait, Rosee. This is how the clickbait, I played the phone call, I'm sure that's how it went down. Well, can you tell me anything? She's got to put out a video. She,
Yeah.
Can you tell me anything? Because think about this. She's competing with Cuomo and Jesse Weber right now. So okay, so about a month ago, I don't know, maybe it was longer than that. About a month ago, Law and Crime, well, I should say Dan Abrams, this dude's killing it. Dan Abrams, the guy that hosts Live PD or whatever, he actually owns the production company that also owned Law and Crime, and now they purchase News Nation and Court TV.
Yeah.
It's all under one umbrella. And so that's why you see a lot of shifts. Jesse Weber, Law and Crime, now doing News Nation.
He's everywhere. Yeah.
Vinny and Ashley Banfield, we're kicking it in our basement now. Vinny comes out with a video. There's going to be some changes, you guys. I love Court TV. I've been with Court TV since I began. Nothing but love. There's just going to be some changes. Don't think too deep into it. He came out with a preemptive video about it. And so you're seeing all of these people that were competing on separate umbrellas are now under one umbrella. People are shifting. People are moving. They're putting the most trendy people on the actual network, taking Banfield and Vinny and pushing them to the basement. And now they're starting to highlight other people. Cuomo's one of them. And so I can see now, just as a heads up, we saw how Ashley Banfield got when Idaho 4 came out. She was in that competing spot, but it was with other networks that were getting all the views at the time. Now it's a different game now because it's YouTube. So you're going to see Ashley Banfield start to reach even more, especially with this case. So it's very important everybody understand that, because the reason I'm explaining where Banfield and Vinny are at is to show you. Now, Vinny, not too much. He does a little bit, not too much, but Banfield is like wildfire when it comes to this. And so because she's kicking it in her basement now, she's going to have to be clawing even harder to get those stories. And so we do have to be careful when I'm not surprised people ain't buying it in the comment section of the video, you know?
Yeah. And I think when I was watching Banfield's episode from today, I was getting like Nancy Guthrie deja vu, like when she came out with her special sauce, and it was like, okay, and she was saying that now that she's got a sauce, and I was just like, this is seeming a little familiar. Is it gonna happen every time now? Should we expect it every time? I don't know. So
she's in the basement now, so probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. And it's sad. Somebody brought up a really interesting point on Twitter, and I'm going to share it with you guys here. Check this out. Let me display this real quick. It says, she checked into a mental facility. Now, this is already, I'm starting to question, but it brings up a good point when it comes to the location of her body. But it says she checked into a mental facility on June 5th. Actually, she was forced into a mental facility on June 5th. After DoorDash video, they said she was bipolar and having manic episode fueled with booze. Now, could it be the heat mixed with medication? Of course. Could it be some kind of medication manipulation manic episode and she had something to drink? Let's be honest. I'm sure her world was crushing underneath of her. She had nowhere to go to, nobody to talk to. Her marriage was falling apart. She didn't have any money. She has lost hope, lost the will. I mean, I could imagine how defeated she was. That will lead somebody to drink. Now, when it comes to her, not necessarily, there's talk about living out of the car and such. And so you're not eating healthy, you're not eating how you should. And when you're living in those areas, alcohol is around when you're homeless. I've dug into homeless camps. I've went in homeless camps in disguise. I know what it looks like in there. They love alcohol. I'm not saying it as for all, but probability, statistically, analytically, it's around. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind. I mean, you're depressed. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people that are depressed hit the bottle, hit the can. When I looked at that video, and we'll watch it again in a little bit. When I looked at that video, she definitely seemed disoriented. She definitely seemed confused. She definitely seemed like she wasn't feeling normal, the breathing and such as well. She didn't look like she normally does, even to her friends. And so automatically you put those things together, disoriented, confused, almost walked in the door, decisions were being made instinctly, not with a process of thought. Otherwise, why would you go to walk in? Why would you then bump back up and then look at somebody's address, act like you're going to go down the stairs, turn around, give the side eye, and walk somewhere else? And then we heard reports from the same people that she was then messing with packages at another neighbor's door. And so that very well could be a possibility. The medication mixed with some booze, that could definitely be one of those. She self checked out on June 11th, we know that, and went to CVS, place she worked as a tech, as well at Planet Fitness, and then went walking into the woods later that night. Now, there was somebody that brought something up about how she was found under a bridge. Now, I don't know if that is for sure, but there is a report that she was found under a bridge. And then also, and this is from somebody that lives there, that I think called in the tip, because how would this person know this information? And we know that law enforcement didn't find her body until they got that tip. They were looking in other places. They got the tip. It was called in. This gentleman, I'm not going to put his name up there, but he called it in that she was found underneath the bridge, and also made the comment saying it looked like she was just sleeping. And then he also made the comment, was this where she was sleeping? Was this where she was eating? So when you break down that tip, I thought she was sleeping. Was this where she was sleeping? Was this where she was eating? Maybe the reason that she parked the car down all the other way is because she felt like she was being followed, right? Well, I'm going to park my car at another store, and if I'm going to go sleep somewhere out in the open where I can be harmed, I definitely don't want to be sleeping next to my car. So then if somebody's following me, they start looking around in the woods, and then they come across me while I'm sleeping out in the open, and then they harm me. So that's why I can okay, now I can understand why maybe I would park the car down here, walk to a couple stores to make sure I'm looking behind me, that they're not following me, look around when I come out. and then I can comfortably go back to where I go to sleep under the bridge. And with the tip stating, was she sleeping there, was she eating there, to me that says there was a camp that she had set up. That's why somebody would go, not that, oh, I just found somebody's body laying under a bridge, but go, was she sleeping there, was she eating there? That means she had some kind of camp, or there was some kind of camp that was possibly set up under the bridge that would then lead that tipster to believe maybe she ate and slept there. And so I thought it was something interesting and made me kind of think, okay, now I understand why you would park your vehicle down there so you could sleep comfortably down here. And why would you try to sleep in your car if you've had somebody following you trying to hurt you? Well, then you're right there. And people, if they're seeing a car in a parking lot and somebody's laying in there, they might call the cops and then you have to move or get a ticket or whatever. So to me, I'm like, okay, now I understand. And maybe she did. Maybe that's where she was sleeping, because to her it was more safe than being out in the open in her car. She created some confusion to the trail of her comfort, so to speak. And then also the fact that he said he thought she was sleeping at first. But again, you could think somebody's sleeping, you don't want to move them, and if you turned them over, there could be a bunch of stab wounds. You don't know. So I just thought that was interesting, that this dude that gave the tip came out and kind of stated that, because I think that helps a lot. Now people can have a better idea maybe of what was going on, because I would have been questioning the car even more today if I wouldn't have came across this. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that does kind of make sense now. But
I
it
think
really
it does.
opened up. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I think it does, and I remember hearing something about a creek nearby, and I can't even remember where I heard that, but I think that would also make sense to the
Yeah.
tip about the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and especially if you're, I mean, you go to any landmarks and under bridges, a lot of times that's because they have cover from the rain in the weather. And you got protection above you and below you. You just got to worry about the sides. So yeah, I mean, it definitely made sense, with that. Now, what did you guys? I know I saw there was some conversation about the Henry Dukes. Um, what did you guys? I don't know. He came out with this video saying the husband absolutely has 100%, not is not suspicious, and we'll check that out too. I don't know. There's just something creepy going on, I feel. But I know you guys kind of checked out some stuff, right? What did you guys find out?
Well, Jennifer did more than me. I didn't really look into him much, but just a first impression, I guess you can say. I never appreciate, I guess, when people say that somebody is not suspicious straight away. So that always
He's not pleading for his wife to be found, and wasn't since day one.
Yeah.
Or
But
ex-wife,
also,
I should say, but that's
also
suspicious
he's like,
already.
the thing is that he's not like Henry Dukes, right? He's not police.
Henry Dukes.
He's not police. So I don't know what insight he thinks he has other than just his opinion of how someone's acting. Like, he doesn't have a look into anything.
Right,
So
unless
I don't know
he's
why he's saying that.
talking to him, how do you? Because the dude ain't talking to nobody.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, he
You-
admitted that in his interview. He went
Yeah.
to the the Planet Fitness just to get time, so he didn't speak to anybody that spoke to her.
Yeah, yeah. I just think it's just very early to be saying anything like that. So I do find it strange.
Well, I find it strange just the fact that because I don't know, like police, it's buddy buddy. You know what I mean? Like, hey, don't say nothing. We're just gonna look out for you, all right? It's buddy buddy stuff. So, like, of course, why would you lawyer up, right? You don't want to look like you're suspicious
Hmm.
because you're not being questioned by police. They're saying you're not a person of interest right now. So why would you even you're not even getting interviewed. So why would you say that you need to have a lawyer represent you? So you don't. So for police, yeah, police said that, I shouldn't comment on anything. Like, what if Chris Watts said that? You know what I'm saying? Like what if he said, "Well, police said I shouldn't comment on anything." What's interesting is Chris Watts actually reached out to the police. If anybody knows the case, Chris Watts actually reached out to the police that first day and said, "Hey, do you guys think that I should say something? Do you think I should have interviews on local TV stations to try and put the
I
word out
remember that.
there?" And they were
Mhm.
like, "We can't advise you either way, and that's up to you. That we can't
Hmm.
advise you either way." So when you hear this, you would typically, hear, "We can't advise you either way," but buddy, like, "Hey, bro." We're not supposed to, but look, just don't say nothing yet until we actually talk to you. And then his ass is like, "Look, I've been told," because he didn't get a lawyer. So he can't say, "Well, my lawyer said." So yeah, well, law enforcement told me not to. So that bothers me. I know it's not the first time in the world's creation that has been mentioned or whatever, but it bothers me. It really bothers me that at least Chris Watts had local TV stations come out and
Yeah.
he fake pleaded on camera to please find his wife and two daughters. He just wants them home. Like, um we didn't even see that. So, uh, and
Yeah.
the fact that if you're living in a house that you guys had together and she's sleeping under a damn bridge, shame on you for representing the male species on this planet, because that's some shitbag shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're leaving her open to the elements of a world that is dangerous for females. Like, that is so dangerous. If anybody knows homeless encampments for a female, my God, who's gonna protect you? I'll just say that when it comes to you being in those encampments, who's gonna protect you?
Yeah.
Just think about it. It's horrible. So yeah, that bothers me. That bothers me that number one, he hasn't made, even from moment one, hasn't made any kind of attempt to put the word out. No flyers. You're not putting up flyers. Look, you don't have to answer questions, but at least you can put some flyers up. Different things like that. Not nothing, not speaking nothing, and somehow this private eye that quote works for Ellen, Elena's friends says that the husband is 100% not suspicious, and then also police are saying that he's not a person of interest. These are all like kindergarten markers of somebody being a person of interest. How is this happening? I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
I don't know either. I mean, I guess I don't. I just
That's
find it bizarre. No, I mean, I
Yeah.
just find it weird. I mean, I don't know how, and maybe I don't understand the system, but I don't know how any investigation could work that way with that with police saying that.
It's
I mean, it's
kindergarten.
yeah.
It is. Like, and so, and this is why I still have issues with the PI, and I feel like eventually we're going to uncover the connection between him and the husband. I feel like that it's the husband. I mean, I'm sure the dude and the husband were working together, honestly. They're both fucking PIs. And I'm sure he needed a backup. Hey, I can't make it tonight. I need you to do this. Hey, let's work this together. You go over there, I'll be over here. I'm sure they were
Mhm.
doing a lot of that stuff. And so I really feel like we're going to uncover a connection between these two individuals that's going to show why he's going on national media claiming, because we heard from one of her friends. We're going to rewatch that in today's episode too in a little bit. We heard one of them sit there and go, what friends did he get hired for? Because we don't know who he is. We've never met him. Does he work for him? Like the friend was saying that. And you also have to think, yes, it's just one friend, but that one friend has been talking to all of the friends ever since she went missing. And so she's representing the whole collective group. And when the whole collective group going through one person is saying, we don't know who this person is, what friends hired you? And so the dude is out there, because is Jesse Weber going to say, well, we've actually heard reports that it wasn't their friends? Is that true? It's not like Jesse Weber's going to do that. It's not like Chris Cuomo's going to do that. They're just sitting there like, give us whatever you can give us, you know? They're not going to question that. So with the stuff that is just going on in the beginning, not only with the PI, the law enforcement, the husband, all of this stuff, it still feels like Elena is still being victimized, because the only people that are there to support her after death are people like us. Because these other people that are supposed to support her after death, she didn't have no support before. And now some of these same people are still continuing to victimize her without support that she should have right now, even law
Mhm.
enforcement. There's a lot of messed up stuff going on. And I can't wait to go out there in real life and get my boots out there and investigate myself and start asking questions and getting talking to people. There's something
Yeah.
deeper. I know it. There's something
Yeah.
deeper
I have a
for sure.
feeling the three of them, Henry Dukes, Brandon, and Elena, all knew each other prior to this happening. And I
Mm.
came across that last night, and it kind of took me by surprise, but they are all friends on a certain uh, social media platform. And that kind of threw me for a second, because I didn't expect to see that Henry Dukes and Elena had been friends
What
on a
platform was
social
it?
on Facebook.
Really?
She's listed under his friends, and so is Brandon, of course. I mean,
Well,
but I thought
I
that was
mean,
odd. But there's like a
I'm her
group
friend too. You know
that
what I
are,
mean? So,
yeah, but she has to accept your friendship, right?
well, the husband has control over the Facebook. He actually posted a photo of her after she was missing, and people thought that
From
she was
her.
right, and people thought that she was found,
Okay.
and so he had to delete it and say, yeah, he had to delete it and say, sorry, guys, that was from a few days ago. I didn't mean to do that. It makes me
Hmm.
wonder, because remember when I brought up and I said, I instantly, the first thing I did is I went to her Facebook, right? And that's when I started to see, oh, I went through all the photos. I started to see the repeats, and that's when I kept telling me, oh, I'm back at the beginning. Wait, no, I'm not. These are different dates. Now it makes me wonder, was the husband in control of her Facebook and he was the one that was reposting images to make people think, even her friends, that she was okay.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
I get what you're saying. Like, it is suspicious about him being friends.
Yeah, I don't
and I'm
know when
sure
it
there'll be a
happened,
connection.
Yeah.
Um,
It was just odd, but there's a lot of people in that same group that are the ones going online really pushing that she was mentally ill and he had put up with it for a long time and he had done everything he could for her, and
sounds like
how
these
dare we say that he
friends.
did it.
Yeah.
It was almost exactly word for word what JP had said about, Micah had been sick for a long time and he had tried to help
Mhm.
her for so many years and he had done everything he could. It was just almost
She
word for
couldn't
word.
find. She couldn't get her meds at the end. She couldn't get her
Yeah.
meds.
Yeah. So, and then just seeing that they were all friends together, it just kind of it made me wonder, like, who's manipulating what information.
This is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if J.P. Miller spawned this guy's path. And what I mean
Yeah.
by that is because they live in the same state, they might have had the same tumultuous relationship. And the coverage that JP Miller, the stuff that he was doing, how he was able to do it, all the stuff that he was able to get away with until Micah had passed, you know, and that coverage, you're only talking a couple hours from Myrtle Beach, where
Mhm.
they were living in Lexington, South Carolina. So, what I mean by spawn is that maybe this dude learned everything that he needed to do, but do it better because he not only studied but watched the coverage. And what's crazy is how much true crime couples watch together? What if they were watching the local coverage and the coverage beyond of the case, and they were both witnessing it, and she was watching it for one reason and he was watching it for another? She was watching it because it's local. She feels bad for her. She was in a similar situation as Micah. She can understand the situation, see how she would be pulled into that coverage in that direction. Like, not even thinking like, wow, this dude right here can literally be learning everything that JP did good and did wrong, and then not even thinking that he could be looking at it that way. She's just going, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Micah. I understand what she's going through. You're in a different, when you're reflecting in that way with coverage, you're in a different mode, you're in a different realm, you're in a different atmosphere, and with him, with his intentions, he'd be in a completely different atmosphere where he's like, oh damn, okay, now, oh, I can do this, okay, oh, but don't do this, make sure I don't do this. Think about it. Like, what did JP Miller do? He controlled her
Mhm.
Facebook at a point, posted things as if he was Micah, did that with emails. He cyber hacked her shit and was putting messages to people out there to make people think it was really her, but it was really him, having control over all of her social media. The exact same thing. And so it's
Mhm.
crazy to me, right? Like, at least JP Miller was questioned right off the bat, and he was a person of interest right off the bat. See how this guy might have perfected what he studied from the coverage of something local. The police have
Yeah.
said from the very beginning he's not a person of interest. When how? At least Chris Watts came out and had a news crew come out and said, please, I want you to find him. He didn't even do that. So that's kindergarten. That's number one on your paper, suspicious, because he's not even pleading for the public to find his wife, his ex-wife. And just because you're separated or you're getting a divorce, I'm sorry, if somebody goes missing, you're gonna try, and especially if you're the ex, because you're like, look, man, I didn't do I had nothing to do with it. We need to find her. so people can, so people know the truth. I had not, we need to find her. Um, None of that. So it is very interesting. I don't know. I just got that revelation, as we're starting to go through things. I'm like, damn, this is just like this. This is just like this. It makes me wonder. It's local case. Was he watching this? Was he studying it? Because we saw everything that JP Miller was doing to Micah with all the videos and all the documentation that Micah left. I'm wondering, did Elena do the same thing? Did she document stuff? And if so, where's it at? I don't think she did, because as far as her friend knows, who speaks for all of the friends, they didn't know what was going on, because according to them, I have to tell you in person. We'll talk soon, trust me. So I don't think anybody knew what was going on. They just heard what they could hear when Elena was around them through the phone and stuff like that, which is verbal, So I don't know. There's so many confusing things with this still to this day, and there shouldn't even be this much confusion with it either.
There's some confusion even about the car that I would like law enforcement to clarify, because they put out a very specific narrative that the car was seen being parked at Lowe's and she was seen walking away from the vehicle. And now I'm finding that they're saying no, that never happened. We never saw the car parked there. She never walked away from the car. And he had possession of the car the whole time, that he had actually taken that vehicle away from her. So did she have the car? I mean, there's cameras everywhere. So somebody saw her park that car and put that information out there, and it seems like everyone kind of started questioning that, and now it's being swept under the rug. No, you didn't see the car. No, you didn't hear us say that.
That's interesting, because it's a problem if the husband, like we said last night, if he moved the frickin' car, if she was missing and he found the car at Lowe's and he moved it and has been in possession of it the whole time, which is what we heard last night, then that is suspicious as hell too. But now, because police have walked back things already since the beginning, but now we're questioning if the vehicle was even there. So when I first heard the report, you just automatically think CCTV. So if there was a vehicle, there would be CCTV of it. Now, this is a very interesting thing when it comes to the videos that have been released. Don't you think if somebody was missing that you would get the video of them walking from Lowe's to somewhere else, and them walking from CVS to Planet Fitness, and then walking from Planet Fitness out? I don't understand why that wouldn't be released if there was no suspicious activity, right? If there's no suspicious activity, why isn't this path? Why isn't what she looked like at this angle, at this direction, yada, yada, yada? Maybe somebody might see something in the background that we don't. You just don't know. And so that's why you put the information out there. But they've only released little bits of ring cam, which that was uncovered from somebody else. But then also they released there was another video, I'm sorry, it was her in Planet Fitness. Okay, her in Planet Fitness. So why are we only seeing pictures from Planet Fitness? Shouldn't we be seeing motion? Shouldn't we be seeing the body movements? Shouldn't we be seeing these things? Also, why are we getting edited clips of her walking out of the grocery store? So when she was walking out of the grocery store, that's when you see it's just a little picture again, just little screenshots of her walking out of the store. Like, why are we only seeing little bits and clips? Why aren't we seeing actual frickin' videos? You know? And why aren't we
Yeah.
seeing it all? Why aren't we seeing the Lowe's CCTV that would show her getting out of a vehicle? Wouldn't that be the one of the most important videos to put out there? Because you see the person with the vehicle, you see them walking away from it. Think about any of these other cases. If there's a person walking away or to a vehicle, that's put out. So why isn't that out there? Why is this question now about if there was even a vehicle there or not? Because maybe the husband slipped up. The husband slipped up and said something, and then it got out, and now all of a sudden it's like, well, shit, now we can't say that. No, the vehicle was at.
Yeah.
So then how did she get there? This is why is there confusion about the car? Right? That should be automatic.
Yeah.
Why are we
Well, when it was first reported, yeah, it was told to us that she was seen parking the vehicle at Lowe's.
Yes.
That was a big question everyone had in the beginning, was why did she park her car there? So somebody saw
Yeah.
her park that car. Otherwise, like I said, that's too specific of a detail and a narrative to put out in the very beginning, that she parked her car at Lowe's, and then they followed her movements by cameras everywhere she walked in that area. So why are we walking that back, and why are you trying to tell me that that never happened?
Mhm.
Because it was such a specific detail that was put out in the beginning.
Yeah.
Mhm. And Lisa heard that about the car too. Mary sounds like already setting a narrative. That's why the PI. Look more into that. See if there's maybe like Henry liked something or maybe something in the past. Because, like with me, I instantly went there. EvilleCJ Media and Investigations. It could be one of those things like, sure, whatever. Click, 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 automatic, automatic. Just to try to build the follower base up, just to try and keep making money off of her content through Facebook. But maybe there is. Check into more of that. Maybe there is some deeper connections, like maybe a post from 3 months ago that Henry might have liked or something, or maybe she might have liked something on his page months ago or something. Because there definitely could be, like I said, I really feel like he's working for the husband, and he's the one that's out there putting the narrative so the husband doesn't look suspicious. So this guy's out there putting the buffers. Yeah, absolutely not suspicious at all. Trust me, I'm a PI. Like I'm gonna put this stuff out there. So then the husband's just like, what? I don't know. I really think that's going on. So I really think you probably might come across some evidence that'll show that there was some sort of relationship or an established connection on there. Looked like she thought someone ordered her DoorDash, maybe I don't know. That whole interaction, she was literally following the DoorDasher. The whole interaction was just really, really, really freaking odd. Just like we were saying, instinct decisions, no thought process, disoriented, confused, obviously not in the right state of mind, which is the whole reason why I came up with the phrase medication manipulation, because I think that's what was going on at the hands of somebody else, just like another case that we are referring to in these shows. So we'll go ahead. Is there some other stuff? What else was there? That are we missing something? I thought that.
I don't think.
No, but
we're
I did
missing
want to.
anything.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I just wanted to mention that I did find that someone has been saying more than once that they saw her arguing with a guy in the parking lot of the Planet Fitness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before she walked away from the Planet Fitness. And I've seen it on several different places, and they're asking people to look into that or to get a hold of them so that they can tell the their side of what they saw in that parking lot. But he said that the guy was a pretty big guy, looked pretty angry, and they had a heated argument, and she walked away.
Well, her husband's a pretty big guy. And that PI is not. Where did you see that stuff? Did you happen to get any like screenshots of it or anything? Or?
I took some things. Let me.
Yeah, let's check it out.
I think I
Is-
sent some.
Because why wouldn't they?
I
show
was able to
video,
get
you
the
know?
911 call from the 5th when she was reported missing the first time. I was able to find that.
Okay.
And that was, people were questioning that because it was the law firm that he works at. They gave the address of her missing from. So it was a little confusing.
I have the address written down on one of my notes here because I wanted to go Google Guy because of the bridge found under the bridge. Oh, there it is. I wanted to find the bridge, and kind of take a walk down there in today's show too. Hold on one second. Let me see here. I'm just looking up something real quick. Yeah, did you drop them in Discord?
I did.
Okay.
I think I
let
dropped a
me
couple things.
let me go through there a second. Let me see. I'm just trying to see if there's like any kind of news conference or anything going on because I don't know. I just got a feeling there's going to be some kind of. I'm just checking everything. Okay, we're good. Okay, let me go to the Discord. So let me see here. I don't see any screenshots. There's something from Rosee. What are those, Rosee?
So that was the talk stuff that you asked me about.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we
Yeah.
can get into that in the future sometime. If
And then
thank you. Yeah.
I also wanted
Oh,
to
here's a
add
Facebook.
to that point as well
Yeah.
when we do get into it, because I kind of thought of another.
Oh, well, go ahead now because I'm gonna kind of wait on discussing that one for right now, just based
Okay.
off of what the tip. Now that I know who gave the tip and what the tip was, I'm gonna kind of back away from that for a little bit. But you can go ahead and if there's something you want to mention. So last night, I'll give people some context here. So last night, I had made the comment because there was a heart condition that she had. Obviously, the disorientation. So I'm like wondering was she being poisoned somehow through maybe household chemicals or something like that? What household chemical could you use to try to do that, but then at the same time it doesn't work, it just gives somebody a heart condition? So that's what I mentioned last night in the show. And so I asked Rosee, with her background, I asked if she would be able to kind of take a look and see maybe if there was some, because I can look at chemicals. I don't know shit. I don't know what things do to the bodies or what certain words are. So yeah, go ahead and mention whatever you
Okay,
do want to mention.
What I wanted to kind of also touch on, and this is also to do with my background, but not in forensics. I used to work in fitness, and a lot of people in that industry and in that world, they do. I'm not saying they don't work hard, and they look really good, but it's not without a lot of supplementation.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that go into getting it's a strict routine. There's powder upon powder, there's post workout, there's so much stuff. And oftentimes there's a lot of pressure for people to be influencers, and then your appearance and your strength is all very directly linked to that, and it leads to a lot of use of these substances. Sometimes that pressure can come from like brand management, or it can be pressure that you put on yourself, but one of the main things is that it's very, very strenuous for the heart, especially if you stop and start. So that, like, there's a lot of supplements like creatinine and stuff that cause your body, your muscles to pull in water. That's what bulks you up, and then when you stop it, you kind of your body, your muscles let go of that water in a sense, and that can cause like the fluctuation in your appearance, and that. But one main thing is that these supplements are not good for your heart, and it's a very, very competitive industry because so many people want to do it, right? There's a lot of pressure, and people do over supplement, and I'm not saying that's what happened here, but I'm saying that it's really, really bad for the heart sometimes. And I don't know, kind of felt like that did fit well in with not the medication manipulation, but maybe like another type of it, where it could be coming from a lot of pressure.
And then that all mixed together creates that toxic situation.
Yes, that can do that. It can.
I got you. Yeah, it's something, I think maybe once the medical examiner, because the disorientation just really confused me last night. But now that we're starting to learn more, overnight and from the show and such, and with that latest tip too, I'm like, well, they thought she was sleeping, so maybe, you know, um, if you're walking around, well, then somebody would have to be giving you these things, and unless they're right there at the location. Now, I will say one thing: when I investigated homeless encampments, and this is horrible, but it's the truth. Um, they will force overdoses on people. So what I mean by that is they will rob, people walking by. They have their own little system that they do. They will rob people that are walking by. They'll do what they do, and then to get rid of them, they will induce overdoses on people. So then they just look like they overdosed on drugs. Nobody's paying attention. No, it's just a overdose, nothing to look into. They That's a
Hmm.
very, yeah, it's a little operation that they have, and it's throughout different homeless encampments. And so when we hear about this tip and how this person thought she might have been sleeping and eating there, there's an encampment, doesn't have to be hers. And then also that they thought she was sleeping, it could definitely be something in reference to an OD too, because you would look like you're sleeping. Um, so there, yeah, the chemical thing could definitely be, but I'm hoping that we'll get the medical report, or it get posted or published by Monday. Hopefully, I mean it shouldn't. They're doing the
Yeah.
work tomorrow. They should be able to have time Sunday. They might come out with it on Sunday, but I highly doubt it unless the police do a press conference. But it's probably going to be Monday morning, I would imagine, um, when that stuff gets put out there. So we'll definitely talk more about that once we get the results from the examination. Okay, so I did click on that link. I apologize. I thought it was a screenshot, but it's a link. The
Oh,
audio of
sorry. Yeah.
No, my bad. The audio of the call, and then also the Harmon Street, Lexington. Let me see here. What is the Harmon Street law office? Oh, that's his employer. Okay, I hear you. So, recording of the first missing person dispatch call on 6-5, the caller's address. Dispatch mentions her friend, as in caller is a female. Now, this is Brennan's employer that the call came from. Isn't that crazy, too?
Yeah, I mean, because it was reported it was her friends that had called and said that they hadn't been able to get a hold of her. And then when I found that, it it wasn't her friend that called. It was from
So it
his
does
law
seem
office, his law firm.
like they're using her friends that term like very loosely because it's the second time now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people that are connected to the husband are putting it out there that they're her friends. And why are you having a secretary? Because that's who's making the call. Let's be honest. Why are you having a secretary call in a 911 missing persons report? Why aren't you? You literally called the secretary to then call 911. Why didn't you just bypass the secretary and call 911 yourself, because you were the
Yeah.
one that is reporting this? So
Wasn't that also the date that she was forced into the mental hospital on the 5th?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so it
yeah,
was someone from his law firm that
yeah.
called saying that they were her friend and couldn't get a hold of her. And then later we find out that day she's placed in a mental hospital.
That's like JP Miller reaching out to Charles Randall,
Yeah,
asking
and
him, asking him
ambushing
to
her in
go,
the
yeah, asking him to go pick
Mhm.
up Micah so they could go get her medicine because Micah couldn't afford it. So
Yeah.
Charles was going to pick her up to go pay for it and give it to her so she could have it for free. And that's what they used in order, yeah, to ambush her and force her into a mental institution. This shit is just pissing me off. You know, the more that we see about it, and the more that we see that we know that it's like we said last night, Rosie, we've read this book and we know how it ends. We're just in the beginning chapters of it, and we already can tell. All right, let's play this 911 call here, and we'll share that. Thank you for sharing it as well. Let me share it to the Facebook. So if you are following on my Facebook, there you go. You can listen to it for yourself. All right, here we go. Let's, how do I collapse this? I don't know how to do that. Okay. Hold on one second. Let's go ahead and listen to this real quick. Share this tab. All right, here we go.
2123 Harmon Street, 123 Harmon Street. This is going to be where the caller is. They're wanting to meet with the officers. Caller states that her friend went missing from their work, the Gold's Gym on Augusta Road, with I named Elena Moore. Also, if you could call dispatch, that'd be great. 2123 Harmon Street, 123 Harmon Street. This is going to be where the caller is. They're wanting to meet with the officers. Caller states that her friend went missing from their work, the Gold's Gym on Augusta Road, with I named Elena Moore. Also, if you could call dispatch, that'd be great. 2123 Harmon.
All right, so there's that. Then thank you for that, Jennifer. The 911 call, the initial one, that then kicked off the events that were unfortunately unfolding from that point on.
Mhm.
It's not going to end well. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. This is from Mills Hayes. And thank you for doing this, Rosie. This is a short clip of the Ring camera, so you guys can watch it again. I mentioned that we would go through that in the beginning of the show too. We're going to go through that. Thank you for sharing that to the micro group. Share this out to the micro group as well, these episodes, please. Appreciate it, because I really feel like the attention that Micah got, Elena should get too, because they're dealing with the same freaking thing, man. And hopefully Micah's law can have another name attached to it, you know, Micah and Elena's law. I hope. because they're the same freaking thing, man. They're the
Mhm.
same. They're the same thing, you know. Micah, Elena, and all coercive control victims law. There we go. All of them. All right, let me share this. We're going to go ahead and this is that video, just a minute and 16. Then we're going to go into the interview from the PI, Mr. Dukes, where he says the husband is absolutely 100% not suspicious. All right, here's this video real quick.
Hey. You mind if I take a picture of it? Oh, yeah. You can take that one. I just want to take a picture of the door. Thank you. Oh, shit. I just realized you had. John Moore?
Yep.
This is for you.
There it is. Thank
Or just deliver it out?
Yep.
What else would it be besides just a delivery, you know? You got to be
Yeah.
so confused, out of it, disoriented, you know? What I just, that's the, out of that whole video, okay, I can see you're going through the list of items, but when she's walking away, just a delivery, I really don't understand that.
Yeah.
There's some discussion, and there's a lot of discussion threads out there, but someone did make up, or they kind of asked an interesting question, and it kind of ties back with the first 911 call that she was actually working with her husband, and she may have been watching that apartment, and her pretending to go in was just her looking for something inside the apartment, but I can't verify that.
Hmm.
But maybe as a PI, they were watching someone in that apartment, and that's why she
mean,
was there.
I mean, I know it's speculation, but it kind of looks a little bit like that in a way, I guess. If you, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't verify it, but I had seen that discussion.
That's interesting. Let me see here. So we'll check out this interview from the husband. Absolutely not suspicious. We're gonna see exactly what he has to say now. There's a lot more interviews that he's had within the last couple days, and so we might go through some of those. But I think the most important one, because there's certain questions that people want to know, and he's been asked them, and he's like, I can't comment, I can't speak on that. So there is a lot of nothing, but he does keep triple downing on the fact that Elena's friends and family hired him to do this work. So I don't know, maybe in one of these interviews we'll actually hear who hired him and not just saying friends and family, because like the friends are saying, there's just manipulation about it. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, before you guys get into the video, I'm gonna have to get going because it's a little bit late for me, but I just wanted to let you know before you play the video so I don't have to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. And thanks for hanging out and have a peaceful night over there in the coldest day of South Africa so far. So
Don't make fun of us. It's
stay
very
warm.
serious.
Well, I'm
Good
not
night,
gonna because
everyone.
it's hot as hell here. So
I wish it was in the 30s here.
right, that would feel so
Yeah,
comfy,
we're already
right?
triple digits.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, good night, everyone.
Appreciate you and thank you for all
Bye,
your work.
Rosee.
Appreciate you guys too. Bye.
Bye bye. And
Bye.
definitely go sub up if you're not, but I'm sure you are because it's Rosie. All right, and definitely sub up to Jennifer G if you're not as well. All right, we're gonna check out this this interview that he did last night. This is Henry Dukes triple downing on this. No suspicious stuff going on here. Uh-oh, it didn't switch it. All right, there we go. All right, here's the latest.
But now I want to bring in Henry Dukes. We've had him on before. This is a private investigator who has been working to find more. Thanks so much for taking the time. I got to ask you, your reaction to what Ms. Campbell just said.
Thank you for having me. Well, I think the reaction I would have and listening to what she had to say, I think at this point, all we can do is step back, let the law enforcement, let the coroner's office do their job and report the facts. It takes time to be able to come up with that.
But is there anything that you've seen to corroborate that they've, Moore and her husband had this tense relationship that, even in her interview, she said that they were about to separate?
I have not observed that in any fashion. Okay. The husband was wanting to do everything he could to, number one, find his wife, and number two, do anything he could to help her.
And to be clear, you've spoken with him, you've had conversations with him?
I have.
Okay, and again, there's nothing that raised a red flag in your mind about what might be going on here?
Okay, what's going on with this? Okay, what is going on?
But now I want to bring in Henry Dukes. We've had him on before. This is a private investigator who has been working to find more. Thanks so much for taking the time. I got to ask you, your reaction to what Ms. Campbell just said.
Sorry about that.
Thank you for having me. Well, I think the reaction I would have and listening to what she had to say, I think at this point, all we can do is step back, let the law enforcement, let the coroner's office do their job and report the facts. It takes time to be able to come up with that.
But is there anything that you've seen to corroborate that they've, Moore and her husband had this tense relationship that, even in her interview, she said that they were about to separate?
I have not observed that in any fashion. Okay. The husband was wanting to do everything he could to, number one, find his wife, and number two, do anything he could to help her.
And to be clear,
so we just heard the truth right there. Because her friends are the ones that are claiming that they heard the abusive relationship through the phone, specifically Brennan's voice. And this guy says right here, well, I haven't heard any of that. Well, then you obviously haven't talked to any of the friends, Mr. PI, because if you're a PI, who do you talk to first? Friends. What the hell? Why am I giving this guy advice? You talk to the friends, the family first.
Apparently,
okay?
he hasn't talked to anybody.
Oh, he talked to the husband because he just said what the husband told him, right? He said, I ain't seen any of that, but the husband did want to find her as soon as possible. Oh, really? Well, you talked to the husband, but you didn't talk to the friends. Oh, now you just told on yourself of who the hell hired you, bro. We're going to find out.
I have not observed that in any fashion. Okay. The husband was wanting to do everything he could to, number one, find his wife, and number two, do anything he could to help her.
And to be clear, you've spoken.
Yeah. Oh, keep going, Jesse. I'm sorry.
Spoken with him. You've had conversations with him.
I have.
Okay,
Oh.
and again, there's nothing that raised a red flag in your mind about what might be going on here.
No, absolutely not. I mean, again, I said last night, when you look at that one video of the DoorDash incident, I mean, that raises a lot of concern.
Is it strange? There's been a lot of commentary. Is it strange that he apparently didn't report her missing until the next day, until that Friday?
I'm not going to say that it's necessarily strange. I think everybody reacts to the situations they are thrust into. You have to look at it as an individual that has law enforcement experience. He is also a private investigator. So, I mean, when you look at all of that, I mean, and we weren't present when he was interviewed or talked to by the law enforcement. So we don't know what he was doing on that aspect, nor did I ask. That is.
We're hearing it right now. He is definitely working for the husband. Because if you're a PI, that listen, that you can go to the Sebastian Rogers case. When you're a PI working for a specific family and not both families, this is what you get. Well, I heard about none of that, but you know what? The husband, nothing suspicious. Well, what do you think about him waiting until? Well, people grieve differently. People do things differently. People, you know what I mean? Bullshit. Bullshit. This is the most suspicious behavior going on right now. That's why it's obvious you're working for the husband, because you don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't.
Now they're also saying that he didn't know because she wasn't living there. But I tried looking into that last night, and from what I can gather, she was still living at that house with him.
Mm.
So she wasn't actually living out of her car. And if he actually did take it away from her, then how could she have been living out of her car? So he would have known she didn't come home.
See, this is crazy because we're hearing reports that she was homeless.
Yeah. Well, in one interview, and I apologize because I can't remember what channel it was on, who reported it, but and I just totally spaced it. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It was important.
What,
It'll
like
come back to me.
Like a YouTube channel or something, or
Yeah, she was walking. That's what it was. She was actually walking when she's seen by the public's camera. She's actually walking in the direction back towards their home.
Which would make sense why the PI would be extra specific about searching from there to the home, but I don't know.
That
I
just
can't
kind of
believe him no more.
confirms that, yeah, that maybe
I
she
can't.
was living there still at the house.
I'm not sure. Because man, I'm hearing so many things about her being homeless.
Yeah, well, we're hearing conflicting stories about the vehicle also, so there's a lot of contradictions.
But that was put out from the police. This one is just like background stuff. So yeah. And then also, like, with the person who called in the tip, why did he think that she was sleeping and eating there? So there's a lot of different things, a lot of different questions going on. So hopefully we can figure out exactly, what the situation is, because it does paint different pictures, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah. But this guy, he's definitely pushing out the propaganda to make I don't know, it's just especially if she was living there, it's already suspicious that you wait until the next day. But the fact that, and that's with her not living there, but if she was living there and this call didn't come through, well, then I don't understand how he's not a person of interest, or how they can avoid calling him a person of interest if that is true, because I really feel like if these reports of her living there are true, um I feel like there would be some different questions being asked from these reporters, like why didn't the call get made until the next day, when he should have known that night, so
Mhm.
it's the beginning stages, and hopefully, because there, even with law enforcement, so many questions and contradictions. It's like Idaho 4 again when it comes to law enforcement and what they state, retract, and then try and put out as new information. So hopefully we get it all figured out. So yeah, more propaganda. I'm wondering if there's going to be more propaganda with this gentleman, and it's already making me sick hearing the stuff that he's saying, especially like, well, uh, we don't know what was going on. I don't see anything suspicious. Well, dude, it's the minimal suspicion by the dude, if she is homeless, not calling it in till the next day. Little bit of suspicion, if anything. So the fact that there's nothing, then I got to question, what kind of PI are you? You don't talk to the family and friends. You're getting your information from one source. That's not how you should operate. You need to get as much information from as many different sources, and then you sift through it all, and you let all of the muck fall through, and you're left with the tidbits that will actually get you the answers. That's how you get your answers and your information. You collect it and sift it, and then you're able to figure it out. So let's see what else he has to say. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more of the
It's
same.
not an area where I would want to cross into. That's for
Right.
law enforcement to handle.
Do you know where he is, how he's responding to all this right now? Because again, this is a big statement she's made. I believe she's made statements prior to that interview with Chris. Do you know how he's responding to it, how he's handling this?
Well, I mean, he's not. I mean, totally honest with you, he's not handling it good. I mean, he's lost his wife. He's lost a woman that he's cared about and been with for numbers of years.
Let me ask you this. When Lexington police were asked, is there foul play, they deferred to SLED. Is there anything you can read into that? I mean, is that standard protocol from what you've seen?
No, that is standard protocol, and there's a lot of elements that plays into that from my experience. One of them is that, there's a little bit of a question as far as the location, whether it was brought to my attention, and I didn't even think about it. Was it in the city limits of Lexington, or was it in Lexington County? And that's, one reason. But also, the biggest reason that you would bring the state law enforcement in to the picture is they have massive resources to be able to handle this thing. I'm not saying that Lexington Police Department cannot conduct a thorough investigation,
right.
but when it comes down to having to do toxicology, analyze things, do multiple interviews, travel to different locations, sometimes it's better. And that's the purpose of the state law enforcement division, is to support other agencies.
Henry, can you clear something up for me? There was a local report where apparently a Lexington resident said that SLED showed up at his door, asked questions. He then said that they found the body under a bridge. Is that accurate?
I know that it was found in the area of a bridge at that intersection of North Lake and Old Cherokee, right in that area where if just the picture that you have up at the screen, you can see the guardrail there on the right-hand side of it. If you're facing, that would be coming down Old Cherokee, crossing over North Lake and ending, going into where they have it blocked off. There is a guardrail there. I think it's, if I remember correctly, I think it's called 14 Mile Creek.
Okay. Look, we're going to stay on top of this. We're going to see if the coroner comes forward with this autopsy and the results of this autopsy. maybe sooner rather than later. I mean, there's a lot of tension on this case. I don't know if that's going to have an effect, but we're going to stay on top of this. Henry, obviously you have an open platform here to tell us what you find as well. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for watching.
All right, so there's that. So it sounds to me like the tip under the bridge in that general facility. You saw the photo of the police. Let me go back to there. You saw the photo. There's the bridge right there and the creek that goes underneath of it. Oh, whoops. Hold on. I thought I was sharing it again. Whoops. There we go. You can see there's the bridge right here. The creek goes underneath of it. And this is where they're all located off to this side. So it sounds like the tip is legit under the bridge. Was she sleeping? Was she eating there? Yeah, more to come. Hopefully, I'm sure there will as things progress. That's going to be coming out. I do want to share these. I mentioned we were going to share them last night, and we didn't get to, but I wanted to share these things. These are from Plunder Studios. She does have a YouTube channel, but this is her Facebook, and she put this stuff out there. So here's the link for her Facebook channel, and I'll go ahead and highlight that. Who pulled this Planet Fitness video? Law enforcement, because Planet Fitness is not, if they give it to a private investigator, shout out to you, but law enforcement, because what happened is when they started putting photos out there to the public, then they started getting a lot of tips and calls. Oh, I seen a lady like this at this time. So they're going pulling all the CCTV. Basically, they can go into Planet Fitness, be like, we need the CCTV from here to here, and they got to hand it over. So a PI, you might be able to purchase it. If somebody's being nice, they'll probably give you a copy of it, but it's a long shot most of the time. But it just all depends on the connection that you have with the people. What's up, Bo? What's up? Thank you for joining. So these are very interesting. This is Brandon, and he put out a video formerly with the Lexington County Sheriff's Department. Current PI reportedly cannot speak to the media regarding the death of his wife. And so I'm going to play this video for you guys, and then we're going to go into a lot of these people that are reaching out, supporters, enemies, and such of Brandon. We're going to check some of that stuff out too. So here is this video of him, and this is him himself.
Hey, my name is Brandon Slice, and I'm a private investigator. And prior to being a private investigator, I worked for the Lexington County Sheriff's Department for 14 years. And my job here with the Snow Law Firm is I'm the private investigator for the office, and I meet with the clients whenever they come in for whatever problem. If there's witnesses that need to be spoke to or any kind of thing to help prepare your case for trial is what I do. One thing I'll say is from day one, whenever
they just cut out the video where he said witnesses, and then it cuts out. Watch this.
Problem, if there's witnesses that need to be spoke to, or
see how it just cuts. If there's witnesses, clip that need to be spoke to. What the hell got clipped out, man? What did you say that that you didn't want on a video? Check it out again. What did he want to say?
I meet with clients whenever they come in for whatever problem. If there's witnesses that need to be spoke to or any kind of thing to help prepare your case for trial is what I do. One thing I'll say is from day one, whenever you come to the Snell Law Firm, they're going to give you a peace of mind that your case is handled professionally and properly. It's a very stressful time whenever you come in to an attorney's office for whatever reason it is. Something happened that didn't go right, and you don't want to have to stress over wondering what's going on. You're always going to be kept in the loop. Through his office, Mr. Snell's created a staff that's like no other. They cater to your needs and they customize a case plan for everybody that walks through the office. You're never going to have to worry about whether or not things are being handled properly in your case to get the best outcome available. Hey, my name is Brandon Slice, and I'm a private investor.
All right, so there's a little promotional video I wanted to share. Now,
Brandon.
all right. So I shared this. I shared both of these things on my Facebook as well. So let me see here. Was it this one? Let's see. Okay, so these are like a couple years ago. So going through Elena's Facebook, literally you can go through it. Like you can, like I said, when I first started looking stuff up, I instantly went to the Facebook and you could see all the, it's completely public. So that's why I didn't understand about the watermarks and stuff. But here's some of the messages. Let me see. So there's some support. Happy 11 years. So it was peaceful and loving according to social media, but then at the same time, you know, you don't know what's going on in the background because they're just trying to make everybody think that everything's quite all right and everything's going great, you know, because that's supposed to help their career, but they could be going through pure hell in the background. So June 17th, 2026, the Lexington County Coroner's Office posted in reference to the body found in Lexington in the area of Old Cherokee Road and North Lake Drive. Coroner Margaret Fisher can confirm the body of the female matching the clothing description of the person. Elena K. Moore has been found. No positive identification has been made. We're still waiting for positive identification, and then the autopsy is supposed to take place tomorrow. So then there's different friends showing support. Obviously, you can go through it and you can check it out for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link to the Facebook, because if you want to go check it all out for yourself, I'll go ahead and share that with you guys real quick. And then you can see all the different okay. And so here is the link to the Facebook. And you can see, so yeah, the last post was the 15th of April. But you can see, like I said, if you just start at the first photo and then you click and you go to the next and the next and the next, when you get to the end, it'll typically go to the first one. You'll see what I'm saying, like 7 times. I literally was like, wait a minute, did I reach the end? No, I didn't. This is an older date. So who was posting these? Who was posting these?
Yeah.
And you can tell there's a difference in the body. Like when you're looking at that video, the video of her standing there, you can see there's been some significant weight gain also. When you look underneath the chin, you can see the weight gain in the chin and the hips / midsection.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're looking at these photos, there is no extra midsection. There is under the chin, there's not that extra. And the face was a lot puffier too. And I think that's maybe why we thought that it was possibly, it looked like somebody else, because we're not the only ones that thought that. There is a lot of discussion going on out there about other people coming across these photos and then seeing the video or the ring cam video. Also, the screenshots of the photos of the CCTV, we're all like, whoa, this looks like a different person. And I think that's why. I think, again, a lot of these were reposted to promote that lifestyle that had been promoted for a long time. You're depressed, you're going through a lot of stuff, trauma, you know, you're not feeling healthy anymore. Like there's a lot of factors, even your own personal like motivation will be affected by it too. And
Mm-hmm.
with her, she was obviously very motivated to be able to to do that and have that kind of commitment to your body to get it as fit as you could be. And so when that motivation goes, all of a sudden, you know, a little bit here, a little bit here, next thing you know, you're not even doing the stuff you used to do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of workout does boost your spirits, your mental, you know, just doing that work does do those things. So you have that combo of not being able to get that feeling, but then also you're not even getting the motivation to even try and get you there. But you don't want to let your business go away, so you got to keep putting, you know, putting little things out there just to, you know, remind everybody, because exercise and fitness is a lot of reminding, especially if you're a fitness trainer. A
Yeah.
lot of the people that you're going to be training want to quit after 2 or 3 sessions, and it's, you know, it's you saying no, you got to get back to it, don't fall in that pit, you know. And so you kind of have to put that out there to promote that, just to
Mm-hmm.
keep that going. So it's odd, like you know, it just makes you really look at the stuff that she had to have been going through and what it was doing to her body and her mentality. And then you mix that with a heart condition. um, that's not a good mixture either. Now, Rosee, I saw that Rosee was looking up some information, and possibly the heart condition was diagnosed at 16, but then I think she said something like it might have been misdiagnosed at 16 years old. Not sure if that is 100%, but that is something that Rosee
Mm-hmm.
had looked up. Um, I'm not sure, you know, that would be interesting, and maybe that's why she. But I don't know. When I looked at, and you can see these photos when you go through her Facebook, you can see, like, especially when she has the blonde hair. So if anybody's gone through the photos, or you're gonna go through the photos, when you get to the photos and they're kind of spread out with her with blonde hair, um, to me, if somebody was exercising this way because they were diagnosed with a medical condition, specifically the heart, and the
Mm-hmm.
exercise and fitness was the reason for doing that, I don't think she was 16 years old with the blonde hair, and with the blonde hair, she was not fit.
Mm-mm.
So, the exercise is not the reason, but maybe it could be later on. Maybe the heart condition got so bad. Um, but I don't know. We'll have to find out more when that, and that'll be hard because that's HIPAA stuff. So
Yeah.
if it does come out, it'll come out from the family, or I don't know. Friends can get in trouble too. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever. The husband would have to be the one to mention that. Other than that,
Mm-hmm.
we might not ever know. So
Yeah.
just because the family don't talk to her and hasn't for a while, so yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to find that out. But regardless, you know, she did have a heart condition, and with the heat and every, you know, other things possibly going on, maybe her body, who knows, you know, maybe she was going for a walk and just fell, you know, with this heart condition and the heat. You know, we don't know. You know, I did see somebody mentioning in chat earlier about how they thought that there were choke marks on her neck in the ring cam video, and we had a discussion about this last night. um, and I think even the show before that, when it came to the heat, and all that, your skin will flush, and a lot of times it'll flush on your cheeks and your neck, especially your neck. You'll end up the people who do flush here and here and here, you do feel like a heat sensation going to those specific spots, probably the blood flow. Um, and that's what makes it darker. So, it might appear like there were some kind of marks or bruising on her, but it's a mixture of the lighting and the blushing of the skin from the heat. And who knows? She was breathing pretty heavy, and so maybe something was coming on. This heart condition. We don't know exactly what heart condition it was or is, and we don't know how long she's had it. So, uh, all we can do is really just wait and hope that the medical examination is on point, because uh, when it comes to what we're kind of seeing here with possible corruption and the buddy buddy network, we've also seen that happen with South Carolina medical examiners, where they basically just put down whatever the cops want them to put down, even though the medical examination is questionable. We've seen it with Micah's case already, too. It'll happen.
Yeah.
We Stephen Smith's as well. Both medical examiners were basically doing what they wanted and not what the evidence was showing them. So hopefully this one is legit and we can trust it, but I can guarantee you we'll dig into it when it comes out, and we'll break down what makes sense and what doesn't. I've gone through a lot of those kind of documents, so it'll stick out to me if something doesn't make sense. We can go into those other interviews in the future with the PI, and then some of these other updates that come out. If there is any breaking news, we might go live at last minute, or just put out a short video or something. But as I'm seeing right now, I've kind of been watching any live local TV stations going live, seeing if there's any press conferences, any updates, any new information, and I'm just not seeing anything. So it might be one of these things where we're going to wait until tomorrow, and once it's out, if it's out tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe cover it after Idaho 4, but tomorrow we're going to be going through Xana and Ethan's Idaho 4 documents, the autopsy documents, featuring Rosee and Jennifer and myself. We did the part 1 with Maddie and Kaylee. Definitely check that one out if you haven't. I'll have it linked in with the other one for tomorrow. So come by, hang out tomorrow. I'll be looking for updates while we're doing that show too, and then if anything does happen, we can break to it if we are live and give you the latest updates for that. Is there anything you wanna cover on this? I think for the most part we kind of went through all the latest updates. I'm surprised that
Yeah.
there's not anything else going on right now, so maybe later we'll hear something. But yeah, and maybe that's what the police want. They just don't want anything coming out. But
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can say is, just going through different forums and stuff, listening to what people are saying, and you got to weed out so much stuff that you can't
oh yeah,
verify. Yeah,
Mhm.
and kind of make sense of what you're reading. But there were a lot of people claiming to have known her or gone to the gym that she went to that are all saying the same things: is they'd seen bruises, they'd heard stories, they had witnessed things, or even that Elena had mentioned something. But they're all saying that there was some sort of DV in that relationship, and that Brandon does need to be looked at. So I
Yeah.
found that, it's comforting in a way that if those people are her true friends and those stories are real, that they're trying to speak out, that they're going in all these forums and saying, hey, listen, this is what was really happening. So I'm hoping that those people speak louder, maybe come forward to law enforcement if those stories were true. And like I said, I can't verify them, and I don't want to post them up if I can't verify that that was her friend and this is what was really being said. So
Well, I'm going to tell you
there's a
right
lot of it
now,
out there.
we'll be there in a couple weeks, and I will be reaching out to friends and letting them have an opportunity to share their story even more. It's very important, you know.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why everything is hush hush, because when you make yourself available, like if the husband made himself available for conversation, that's opportunities for him to let something out, which then would bring on another question and another question. And then all of a sudden, crap, my secret is not secret anymore. Because we're not stupid, you know. We'll figure it all out. And yeah, when I'm there, trust me, I'm gonna be talking to people. That's one of my things that I do is I talk to a lot of people. I get a lot of information. I build relationships, connections, and partnerships with these people because we both have the same goal, and it's to find the truth and have the truth out there. And that's why a lot of people, whenever I go to these places, there's a lot of people I don't even search. They just search me out and share things because they know it's a trusted atmosphere. So yeah, I can't wait. I definitely, because I'm going to be talking to regular people too. I want to know what they think about everything. Just the what's it like there? Is this typical? You know, have you heard of these things? Like, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Do you feel safe here? You know, just so many different questions. I'm ready to just compile it all and then share the knowledge with everybody. So yeah, I'm ready to get out there and do some work for sure. For sure, because I'm not liking how this is going. I'm not liking how I'm thinking it's going to end. And I would like to get on it as soon as possible to stop any of the funk shit going on. I hope those people will speak out. I hope they too. I hope. But you got to understand, like, social media is a wicked world, you know, and a lot. I mean, look what people were doing to the family members of Nancy Guthrie. Some of these people could literally just be scared of that, but at the same time, the husband, he's not even a person of interest. And if these friends know what the husband is capable of, according to what we're hearing from the reports, that's already enough reason right there for them not to say anything because they're somewhat under the same control that Elena was in. Because they know what he's capable of. Think about it. His connections with law enforcement. You know what he's capable of. So these friends know too. And they're probably scared as well. So you know, trust me, I'm going to be there soon, Elena's friends, and you can have your comfort, but have your story shared too. I can't wait. All right. Yeah, I think we pretty much went through everything. Is there anything you can think of, Jennifer?
No, I think we covered pretty much what we needed to. I mean, there's really just not a lot out. I mean, you get so far and then it's just repeated information. But I'm hoping once the autopsy report comes out, maybe some more information will also come flooding out with it.
Well, hopefully it'll come out during the Sunday weekend update show. That would be amazing. And it might, because they did say the examination's happening tomorrow between 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and so they said at the earliest we could hear something Sunday morning. So who knows, maybe we'll be hanging out on the weekend update show on Sunday, and next thing you know, we got documents that we get to dig into. That'll be very and I'm gonna tell you right now, if the doc, because normally I have Mondays off, but if the docs come out on Monday, hi, you're gonna see me on because and I'll take my day off on Tuesday or Wednesday or not off at all. But I gotta at least make sure because before when I was like every single night I never gave myself even that one night break. So I'm trying to do better and at least have one night off where I'm not doing nothing. So I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight. Baby Angel's been keeping me up all night, every night, all week, and I've literally not gotten any good sleep whatsoever. And so I think I'm going to crash after the show, to be honest with you. And so I don't know what's going on tonight. I might wake up in 2 hours and be like, all right, I'm good to go. I might wake up in 7 hours and be like, damn, it's this late. Holy hell, I slept this long. Both happen. So, because this ain't the first time Baby Angel's done this to me.
She was supposed to play in the middle of the night, or?
Oh my gosh! Like, well, here's a funny story. Here's a funny story that just started happening in the last 2 days, right? So normally, and I don't know, maybe it's the different parts of the month, maybe it's the different parts of the month where she can't get sleep or whatever, and she's got to be up looking out in the moonlight, looking for little things outside, but normally that's what she'll be doing. She'll be jumping from the bed to the TV stand to the window to the bed to the floor, like she'll be just doing all this restless stuff. And that's normally what happens. And so, oh, I'm not getting any sleep. I'll shut her out of the room, but I've been so busy.
That never works.
Well, it normally did, because then she won't cry to me or anything like that. She has her own little comfy bed that she can go sleep on if she's not sleeping in the bed with me. But the last few weeks I've been so busy beyond YouTube and then with doing all the shows on YouTube that I haven't been able to spend a lot of time with her that I'm used to spending with her, just because the more shows, the more time's being taken away right now. And so this week, even though I haven't been able to get good sleep because she was keeping me up all week, I felt bad because I was like, man, I've been doing so many shows, I don't want to shut her out, even though I should. I'm like, yeah, I need sleep, but I'm like, I don't want to shut her out. This is Baby Angel, come cuddle with me, baby, And so I didn't shut her out all week, but it was kind of funny because the last 2 mornings that I've gotten up, she's been sleeping in her own bed. And so I'm sitting there going, maybe the last couple days I've been keeping Baby Angel up to where she don't even want to be in the bedroom no more. She wants to be sleeping up on her bed. So that's my funny story. Woke up this morning, I'm like, baby, what are you doing out here again? She's just like,
Oh.
All right. Little tired eyes, that are all wet and
Yeah.
like, I just woke up, Dad. What? So yeah, that's my funny story. It sucks, don't it, baby? But sorry, I wasn't doing it on purpose. But so I don't know what's gonna happen tonight. I don't know. I might go live. I might play a game. If I lay down and I can't get sleep, I might do something else. On either EvilleCJ's lounge or over here. Either or, because I don't know. I want to do something if I'm not sleeping, but who knows? But we will definitely see you tomorrow morning. I'm thinking, what do you think about this? I don't know if you're busy tomorrow night, but I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing a comedy, coffee and comedy show tomorrow night, unless something comes out that's like, breaking news or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing a coffee and comedy night and maybe doing it a little late. Because then maybe we can have Rosee join us. I think it'd be, if we did a show and she was able to join, it might be like 10:30 p.m. Central, around that time. So I know it'll be late for the East Coasters, but not necessarily too much for the West. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like we need to like have a show together where we're just, some of those topics I brought up before, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up a vote. Like I'm gonna have like 4 different topics, and we can sit there and chit chat about whatever and let the votes come in, and then people can decide. All right, this episode we're gonna be talking about this.
Yeah.
So yeah, so and I think I'm gonna do it over here,
Yeah.
honestly, like over here at the main channel. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
It'll
But
it'll be good to just have a night of
yeah,
lighter subjects, just to have a good balance.
yeah.
So
Yeah, instead of talking
blow
about
off some steam
especially
and stress and sadness. Yeah.
yeah, with this stuff right here and being reminded of the things Micah was going through too, and just yeah, I just don't like the feeling of it, and I hope the truth comes out soon. So hopefully, I wish I was there right now talking to people, man. It just sucks, but soon, and you'll be seeing me out there talking. All right, I love you guys. Please be safe. Enjoy your Friday afternoon. Who knows what I'm doing, but you'll hear a beep if you see me, or just search me up. You never know. But something, maybe, yeah, man, it's been a while. I kind of want to do a BPD live patrol. I've been wanting to for a couple weeks. Maybe I can do that tonight too. I don't know. We'll see. Appreciate you guys. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm so tired.
You let us know when you figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. There we go. That's the best way to end it, because I don't know what else to say after that or ramble on about. So, and I appreciate everything that you do and the work that you do too,
Thank you.
Jennifer. It's an amazing team effort, and we're all bringing everything to the plate. So it's really cool that we can have 3 minds working together to then go to one mind, and it's a beautiful thing. So thank you so much. We'll see you guys on the next one. And nap time. First I'm gonna eat something. First I'm gonna get that full belly, then I'm gonna go lay down. All right, it's perfection. All right. It's like Thanksgiving, you eat a bunch of food, and then you're like, all right, it's time to lay down.
It's always the best sleep.
It is, right? Like you get a full belly, and you're like, oh my God. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Peace. See you later. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.